NBC Sports welcomes you to college football. It's a key CFA matchup in the Southeastern Conference. The Georgia Bulldogs hosting the Volunteers of Tennessee. Welcome, everybody. I'm Brett Musburger. That'll get you ready for college football, won't it? Tennessee and Georgia's a big one. Familiar face missing on that Tennessee sideline. Johnny Majors is home, recovering from heart surgery. Philip Fulmer, now the interim coach. We asked him if he was intimidated by the job. Southeastern Conference football. Tennessee kicking off to Georgia. Tennessee recovers. There was a miscommunication between Hastings and Graham. Watch as Graham comes upfield. He cuts at about the 20 and puts it down on the ground, and Tennessee with an opportunity to start the game.
Brent, that's one reason I never like to have a wide receiver as a kickoff return man. They're not used to running the football like a running back is.
Keith Schuler, the Tennessee quarterback. Faulkner was the motion man. And straight ahead with their tailback, Aaron Hayden, number 24. Here's the young man who's expected to take over this Tennessee offense, Keith Schuler. Now they'll rotate back there at that tailback spot. Three good ones. Aaron Hayden is the starter, but we will see James Stewart and Charlie Garner before the day is over. Mike Stoll leads this offensive line. The weights are on the right-hand side, and it will become a good one as this season moves along. This is one of the best coached teams in all of college football. It's young, however. 2nd and 5. Now the toss to Hayden, looking for daylight. Out of bounds, first down, Volunteers. Defensively, Georgia under fire on the first series because of the botched kickoff. Travis Jones, number 51, inexperienced. They look for number 58, Mitch Davis, for big plays. Al Jackson will head the secondary, but this is a group under enormous pressure. It is 1st and goal for Tennessee. Cut back to the 3. Mitch Davis with the tackle.
They tried a little counter action that way to get the linebackers flowing one way, then brought them back. They did react quick enough to come back and stop from getting the end zone, but they still made the 4 yards, Brent.
Fulmer. Now the pressure of making all the big decisions. 2nd and goal at the 2.
Good penetration.
Good defense that time as James Stewart was swarmed on. Travis Jones, number 51, one of the defenders there.
Good penetration. You should never allow, as an offensive line, you should never allow penetration to the left side of your screen. You'll see Travis Jones, number 51. He gets underneath the tight end. No one blocked him. I think the running back was supposed to get to him quicker than that. Didn't get there. No gain.
Fulmer's decision here. Will he use 2 downs for a touchdown, or will they kick a field goal if they fail? He has to be ahead of the process. 3rd now and goal for Tennessee. Schuler slips down. No decision now. Back at the 10, Tennessee will go for the field goal.
Brent, I think what happened, the offensive center, in this case, Brian Spivey's foot dropped back, and the quarterback stepped forward with his left foot and got it caught. It was his right foot. He got it caught underneath the center right there, and it tripped going back. That happens even in the National Football League.
John Bexford, the kicker. He has a new holder this year, Lance Wheaton. Mark Holland is the snapper.
He was kicking real well in practice.
and good in the game. A 24-yarder, and Tennessee scores first after the fumbled kickoff.
Boy, I tell you, turnovers kill you at any time, but when you turn it over down in that end of the zone, that end of the field, boy, you're asking to get beat. Again, a wide receiver carrying the football as a running back would, you know, and then he gets it out there. Wide receivers catch the ball and run with it, yes, but they aren't drilled every day on the practice field like a running back is to tuck it under in those intense situations.
One-time quarterback at Georgia. Replaced Vince Dooley, the legend here.
They're lucky they only got out of there with giving up 3 points. That was a short field to start on. You know, I had a lot of time to spend with Ray Goff this week, and he said this is an excellent character football team, and they're trying to keep their fundamentals and their schemes simple enough so they don't have to think too much and detract from their character and their desire to play hard.
Now, the key will be the communication with Graham, the freshman, and Hastings, the big play man, the two return men for Georgia. Now, you watch Hastings. He is trying to camouflage. He now comes back to the kicker's left. All things being equal, Georgia would prefer that he handled the kickoff. Tennessee, though, with another idea. And they are keeping it away from him. This is Graham from the 8 in the sideline, and he is out at about the 20-yard line. So Eric Zeier, the freshman of the year of the SEC, comes out with the Bulldogs trailing by a field goal. There's a penalty flag down back in the area of the kickoff, however, so just hold on.
I think it was offsides on Tennessee, Brent, and the coaches here on the Georgia sideline are signaling to take the penalty. They want to return another kickoff. Last year, they were third in the SEC at returning kickoffs, averaging just under 22 yards a kickoff return. Good special teams play.
So they will come off the field, and they will kick it off again.
Kicking team is offside. Be a 5-yard penalty and re-kick.
Coach is showing confidence in Hazan Graham. You know, he fumbles at first one. They kick it to him again. He's running with the ball again. He's staying in there for the third opportunity. But the last time he carried the ball in tight against his body and had his hands properly wrapped around that football and up tight in that elbow.
Joey Chapman, busy young man here in the early going, isn't he?
Yeah.
Nothing. Tennessee. Georgia fumbled the opening kickoff. The Volunteers with a first and goal from the 6, settling for a 24-yard field goal, and Chapman kicks it off again after the penalty, his third kickoff of the afternoon, and keeping it in Graham's hands and out of Hastings. Graham battles to the 29, so they gain 9 following that penalty. Right now, let's check in with New York, and here's John Saunders.
North Carolina State in Maryland, and Maryland with a chance to win this game. John Kaleo looking for Richie Harris. Mike Reed gets in there and breaks it up, and NC State is now 3-0. Back to you, Brent.
John, a surprising challenge on the part of Maryland, but NC State, a surprise team in the ACC. Garrison Hurst and Max Strong are the running backs, and this is Hurst stepping in motion. Zeier on first down, forced out by the Tennessee defense, throws complete. Andre Hastings works his way back for the reception. Now Hastings is a key man in this attack unit. The big play guy here in Athens. Bernard Williams, 295 pounds, heads this offensive line. 9-yard gain on the first down completion. Hurst, first down, slips free to the 45-yard line. Ben Talley wraps him up.
I mentioned in the open that Garrison Hearst had very fine maneuverability in the open field. He can make you miss. Now watch his footwork here. Watch him like there. He keeps his base, spreads it, regains his balance, and there he is into the secondary. An excellent broken field runner, and he can make you miss.
And Victor Brown did miss on this 17-yard run. Number 16 had a shot as he came up from that defensive backfield and couldn't bring him down. Zier looking for the screen, shuts it to Hearst. Hearst at the 40. And hit beautifully at the 37. Coming over was Tavio Hinson, number 28.
37-yard line.
Jeff Tullis, number 38. When you broke down last week's game films, Dick Vermeil discovered that he played very well. Ben Talley, capable of big plays, number 90, a Tennessee linebacker. Tavio Hinson, who made that tackle, he's the ringleader for the Volunteers. And now Georgia with a 2nd and 2 at the 37. Hearst on a simple cut to the left for the first down, and Reggie Ingram tackles him. It is amazing that these two states, which border each other, have not played any more than this. Yet that is the series record. The last game back in 1989 won by Tennessee in Knoxville. And now, since the SEC has been split into 2 divisions, both Tennessee and Georgia are in the East, and they will meet each year, and this is destined to become a huge rivalry.
You know, Brennan, talking with Larry Marmee, the defensive coordinator for Tennessee, he said his biggest concern coming in the ball game with Hearst was not so much running at the point of attack, is how will he run breaking away from the point of attack.
There, Dick, are the divisions we spoke about. Florida winning against Kentucky is the favorite, and the winner here today should push Florida. Next week we have a huge one in Knoxville when the Gators go up to play Tennessee. So now for Georgia, it is a 1st and 10 at the Tennessee 35. The Dogs gave up an early field goal on a turnover, trying to climb back in it now.
Coming after him with a blitz, they picked it up.
Complete to Graham. Graham slips a tackle, and he is out of bounds at the 23. Let's go down to the field. A homecoming for a Georgia graduate, Julie Moran. Julie?
Well, thanks a lot, Brent. But I tell you, these have been trying times for Tennessee. Of course, Johnny Major's heart surgery was a major blow. But just weeks before that, Tennessee lost their head trainer, Tim Caron, who had been in Tennessee since 1977. And the players today are wearing a shamrock with the name Tim on each helmet in honor of Tim today.
Julie, thank you. He was very popular with the athletes and everybody up there in Knoxville. This is Hearst, and Tennessee uses George Kidd, one of their linebackers, to make the tackle on him at the 15-yard line. But again, this is going to give Georgia 2nd and short.
You know, to stop a running back like that, you've got to get penetration and take away those cutback lanes.
There's the Gators score. They're going to be 1-0. They'll win their opener and head to Knoxville. Zier tossing to Hearst. Hearst cut off on that left side. Well defended that time. And number 58, Todd Kelly, is the big play guy for Tennessee.
And talking with the coaches about him last night, they say he really is the big-time player that in that defense. Now, the defense is inexperienced, but they are talented. And when you watch them play, you can recognize that they can all run.
On 3rd down, this is Hearst, and he is short of the 1st down. Jeff Tullis comes up big for the Volunteers. So now it will be Georgia's turn, and Andrew Chadwick, number 26. The youngster trots onto the field, and he will attempt the field goal. The punter Armstrong puts it down, and we're tied at 3. A 32-yard field goal for Chadwick.
We've got a bit of an edge with the driver we have. We've got the best driver out there. So it's a matter of the mechanics just not overlooking anything. Al and I stay in constant communication during the race. I have to be aware of what he wants or needs, you know, at all times. I think the small details are is what makes the difference between winning and running second.
The new Civic CX from Honda. It won't break the bank.
The Rothmans' brand new family room is there because a State Farm agent was there with a family insurance checkup. You see, State Farm agents keep in touch to help keep your car, your home, and your life insurance up to date. Just a month after we added more coverage on the Rothmans' home and its contents, it was devastated by a fire. But thanks to our checkup, the coverage was there, and for the Rothmans, it made all the difference.
And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Florida tackles Tennessee in an SEC clash. USC meets Oklahoma, or Illinois invades Houston. It's regional action next Saturday on ABC's College Football.
Overcast skies. Not too bad for a September Saturday in the Southeastern Conference. Georgia kicking off. The Bulldogs in Tennessee tied a field goal apiece. Peterson, the kickoff man. Davis runs up, now lets it bounce once. Davis looking for a hole on the right side, and he powers his way to the 30-yard line. And a reminder that Monday, two of the top quarterbacks will square off on Monday Night Football. Dan Marino, whom you see pictured there, against Bernie Kosar. The Cleveland Browns trying to shore up that offensive line after yielding 11 sacks last week to Indianapolis. 9 Eastern, Monday Night Football on ABC. Now it is the Volunteers and Heath Shuler with a 1st and 10. Hayden and Mario Brunson will be his running backs.
3 wide receivers spread you from sideline to sideline.
On 1st down, it's Shuler's turn for a 1st down completion into J.J. McCluskey's hands. Defended by Al Jackson.
J.J. McCluskey is a walk-on. Didn't get a scholarship. Asked him last night why he went to Tennessee. He said, because my mama said to.
Being substituted for the wide receiver, shuttling the plays in for Fulmer. 2nd and 3. Hayden on a cutback. 1st down to the 44-yard line.
Excellent block by the offensive right guard, number 74, Jeff Smith. Here's Stoll, the big offensive left tackle. Actually, he has been a guard. He's the only veteran coming back. Here he is to the right side of your screen, number 59. He's doing a cutback wall-off block. See, trying to prevent him from falling back inside that play. Does a good job of walling him off. Mike Stoll, 12 starts at offensive guard last year.
Shuler off a fake. Will throw over the middle, complete to his crossing receiver, Craig Faulkner. And Greg Trimble there defensively.
Whenever you use play action, you freeze those inside linebackers. Watch the inside linebacker say, fake to the tailback, freezes. That allows the crossing pattern. You see Faulkner, number 4, crossing behind the linebacker. What allowed him to get behind him was the freeze of the running play. They froze those linebackers.
So this young Georgia defense looking for a leader under fire from Heath Shuler. That a 25-yard gain. 1st and 10 Volunteers. It's the fullback, number 44, Mario Brunson.
Mario doesn't get to carry it very often in their offense. He's really a fine blocker. Last year he only carried it 24 times, but they run it him just enough to keep you honest inside.
And you can see Brunson going off to the sideline as Stewart and Hayden in the backfield, and they can use Hayden as an extra receiver in this set, which they do. They send him out from a wing. Schuler doesn't see him. He'll keep it. Schuler is short of the first down, and Greg Jackson tackles him.
You know, the right-handed passer drops back looking to his right, and Mitch Davis was coming around to the outside, and he saw the top of your screen, number 58. See, he gets some depth. He sees him coming around. That pushes him up inside. See that right here? That pushes him up inside. Then he goes ahead and takes advantage of his running ability and moves the ball upfield.
3rd and 3 at the Georgia 24. Schuler sprinting to the right, throwing to a covered receiver and over his head. 4th down. Buster Owens was working on Corey Fleming.
Al Jackson, the other corner, was over there too, Brent, in good position.
John Bexford, this is 2nd attempt. This one longer than the first. This is a 41-yarder. Strong leg. Excellent kicker.
He gets it up there. We saw him in pregame warm-up, Brent. He hit him from 55 yards.
2 field goals by Bexford has the Volunteers up by 3.
Our competition uses a very sophisticated, state-of-the-art, highly precise device to measure their cars. Our car, the Accord from Honda.
The temperature never drops below Xerex. That's very important to remember at a time like this, when it's very cold and you've got to get going. Ah, you did remember Xerex Antifreeze. The temperature never drops below Xerex.
I feel good. Yeah, this guy really gets around. He's got the auto lights. American Orient Paul, we're guaranteed 2 years no matter how far he goes. That's why we've been everywhere. Wow!
Yo, Fab Five Freddy with Billy D. Williams. What do you do to max and relax?
Well, Freddie, I usually like to spend a quiet evening at home with a few friends and Colt 45.
Colt 45, Billy D.
Colt 45. It works every time.
I don't need some fancy cologne to tell me I'm a man. I use Skin Bracer. It smells great, but it also cools and tones my skin. Confidence is very sexy. Don't you think? Skin Bracer Aftershave.
By men.
1973, Ray Goff came to Georgia. Coach, we've been told that you came here because Julie Moran recruited you. Is that true?
Julie's grandfather recruited me, and she's a beautiful girl. She used to come down to my front yard in Moultrie, Georgia. She was from Thomasville when I was being recruited, and her grandfather would bring her by. And then when I got to college, her mother invited me to come down and visit with them one day, and we played tennis, and I wasn't smart enough to realize her mom was trying to set me up with it. And boy, was I fool.
Gotcha, George. Georgia to return. Chapman kicks it off again for the Volunteers. Now Hastings had switched over to the left, and he'll just take a knee in the end zone, and it'll come out of the 20. Is he ever eager to show us his stuff?
He's a talented young man, Andre Hastings.
One of the most recruited high school prospect ever out of the state of Georgia. Notre Dame and Florida State came in hard. He appeared headed for South Bend. Then he decided to come over here to Athens because of his mother. She raised him as a single parent. It's a very wonderful story. She joined the United States Army to get enough money just to raise her child, and someday he is destined for a professional career. He is a hugely talented wide receiver. He is to the quarterback's left. Now the handoff pitches to number 32, Max Strong, his first carry of the game. Max Strong, who rotates in and out. It was Victor Brown bringing him down.
Real good block by Bernard Williams, number 73, and they got the ball. They were in a one-back set, and Strong here gets a nice turnout block right there. You saw it on your screen, and he gets up inside and gets those pads down and moves the football.
Anytime you can get behind Williams, you can usually find some daylight. First and 10 after that run. Whistle before the snap. That's Garrison Hurst. He has a few words there with Jeff Tullis.
You see Alec Millen, number 71. See him move his hand just a little bit before that ball is snapped. Can't do that, Alec. You're an academic all-SEC player, outstanding student here in psychology, smart enough to keep the hand down longer than that.
There is that guilty hand going down. Goodwin. Strong. Powerful runner, but this will leave him second and long. Ingram tackles him.
Bernard Williams again doing a real good job, number 73, 6'9", 300 pounds, and he turns him out and he sticks and stays. See, now he's holding, battling with his right hand. We're not supposed to say that. You said he had a handful of jerseys. Hard to get off that one.
Hurst in motion. Zire gets his protection. Goes out in the flat to Hurst. Hurst may be just short of the first down. Let's see where they spot it. George Kidd was there defensively working on the scat back. We'd like to pause 5 seconds to allow our ABC stations to identify themselves. With Dick Vermeil and Julie Moran, I'm Brent Musburger. Philip Fulmer, the interim head coach, as Johnny Majors recovers back in Knoxville. We know that Coach Majors is watching, and like everybody else, we wish him, Dick, a very speedy recovery and look forward to perhaps chatting with him next weekend when we go up to Knoxville. Now Zire, who has been throwing on first down. Hurst is open in the middle to the Volunteer 30. Ingram had to go with him, a tough task for a linebacker.
You'll see he's in the wing-back position right here, and he hits the seam down in between the zone coverages. Gets protection with a little play action there, pull the linebacker out of position, then they hit right down in there between the safeties. Again, play action, freezing those linebackers.
First and 10. Davis in the game. A spinning move on the right side. And that allowed Davis to reach the 17-yard line.
Terrell Davis is a transfer from Long Beach State College, ladies and gentlemen. Long Beach State dropped football, so this allowed number 33 on your screen to come to Georgia and play without sitting out a year. Good football player. He's had an ankle problem. He's now healthy, and they expect him to make a real contribution through the year.
Staying in there with Max Strong in the backfield. Movement on the left side of Zire. Williams, number 73.
He was the most improved offensive lineman in spring. He was a defensive tackle a year ago at 6'9". They moved him over the offense, and they think this guy has tremendous potential. He's already demonstrated that.
The offensive line, 5-yard penalty.
Dick, one of the reasons for this is they may have had Todd Kelly right up on his helmet, and if so, that is a big-time contest over there between Williams and Kelly, and Williams a little too eager that time.
I know it. When you look up and see Todd Kelly and recognize the kind of skills that he has, yeah, I might move early myself.
First and 15 after the penalty. Davis hit by Surlis. Both offenses, Dick, excuse me, but both offenses are having trouble getting into the end zone. They've moved the ball well.
Well, you know, the closer you get to the end zone, the fewer yards that defense has to defend. So they tighten up everything. They have come with some linebacker dogs down in these areas, both teams, to try to slow you down and throw you for a minus yardage play on an early rundown.
Here's a new look, a shotgun for Georgia. Inside lateral, and it is read perfectly by J.J. Surlis. Number 48, he was not fooled. Well, we have a moment. Let's check in with John Saunders. John?
Washington in a tussle with Wisconsin, and watch Billy Joe Hobert. Goes one way, cuts it back the other way, spots daylight up the middle, and then there's one man to beat. Cuts it back towards the middle and into the end zone, 60 yards for the touchdown, 14-7. Back to Brent.
All right, John, we'll see if Barry Alvarez is ready for a big-time opponent. He's been improving that Wisconsin team. Zaire still in the shotgun, incomplete. It was 3rd and 18, and Graham, the young receiver.
Eric Zaire throwing that incomplete. It was uncatchable all the way. And then, you know, that's a short pass, but the receiver is running right at you, come from the outside to the inside. And for some reason, college quarterbacks have a hard time throwing that one complete.
Now, that was a dog, folks. 4,000 pounds of granite unveiled.
42-yarder, Brent. You know, field goal kicking dropped in efficiency about 9% last year when they took that 4 foot 10 inches out of the goalpost.
No good.
See, if they'd have had that 4 foot 10 in the goalpost, that'd have been good.
Andrew Chadwick is 1 of 2. And his counterpart, John Bexford, is perfect in 2 attempts, and that's the difference.
There's a tropical island that's not on any map, though it's easy to find. It's warmed by the sun and caressed by the winds, with its own hidden treasures, local delicacies, and exotic festivals. But this island moves. It's a Carnival cruise ship. So if you go, get there on time and get out your Visa card, because the world's most popular cruise line doesn't stay in one place for long, and it doesn't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Presenting the new Civic Del Sol from Honda. It's a sporty, open-top car with a very remarkable feature. When it's windy outside, it's not so windy inside.
It's a big investment. Get the most out of it. Change the oil every 3,000 miles and do it yourself with quality Pennzoil motor oil from Walmart. Only Pennzoil promises performance, protection, quality, and only Walmart gives you Walmart savings every day of the year. Every 3,000 miles, put fresh oil in your car. But first, come to Walmart and put Pennzoil in your cart. Your car will last longer, your budget will too. Walmart. Always.
Dick Vermeil, you remember another quarterback who wore 21.
That's John Hadel. Wore it even in the pros.
So here's the young Tennessee quarterback out of North Carolina, Heath Schuler. The toss. It's Stewart. Stuffed at the 24 by Tremble. Down we go to Julie Moran. Julie?
Well, Brent, I'm with Georgia kicking coach Bill Hartman, who, because of a new NCAA rule, is a somewhat unwilling graduate assistant coach at 77. Coach, tell us that story.
Well, I was a volunteer kicking coach for 20 years, and the NCAA abolished that position. So the only way I could continue coaching the kickers was to become a graduate assistant, go back to graduate school, which I'm going to do next week. And the only way I could do it was to be a graduate assistant. Goff, I told Goff he ought to get him a full-time man, but he said no, he wanted to do it that way.
Well, what classes are you taking, Coach?
I'm going to take state taxes and taxation, and, you know, I do a lot of work in that field anyway.
Has it been a little tougher to coach the kickers since this goalpost has been reduced 4 feet 10 inches?
Not really. It's like playing golf, you know. It's a matter of getting used to your distances and all, and when you get enough repetitions in, it works out very well.
All right, great. Thanks for stopping by, Coach.
Thank you, Judy.
Thanks, Julie. A wonderful story. I should point out that Hartman could probably teach that class. He is a very successful insurance man down here in the Southeast.
We have holding On the offense, get a 10-yard penalty, repeat the down.
Reminds me of that Rodney Dangerfield movie. Going back to school, he'll probably have his own dormitory and the whole deal. All right, here we go. After the penalty now, it'll be 2nd and long for the Volunteers. They lead Georgia 6-3 the score. The winner here will set off in pursuit of Florida. Florida the favorite to win the Eastern Division of the SEC. 2nd and 15 for the Volunteers. And Schuler will look for it. Sprinting to the right, he'll keep it. And he slides down at the 27. Tom Wallace wraps him up there. And tonight, a reminder, ABC Primetime has a comedy classic, the original Ghostbusters. Why not see it again? And then after that, followed by The Commish. The Commish, all tonight on ABC. Drew Esikoff, our director, that's his favorite show. He never misses. The Commish. It's 3rd and 8 now at the 27 for Tennessee. James Stewart, the running back. And they hand it to him. Tried to fool the dog defense. Torrey Evans there defensively. And Tennessee will be forced to punt.
They were in a spread formation with 3 wide receivers, and they ran their wing back in as a lead blocker, and he fell down in the hole and tripped up the running back.
So we'll take a break. And when we come back, Tennessee will be punting to start the 2nd quarter.
All right, a great man once said, winning, gentlemen, isn't everything. It's the only thing.
I formation, 34 sweep on 2. Got it? Just give the ball to Matt. Tell him to run for his day. Got it?
It starts every September with teams like the Turkey Creek Hawks, the Bronx Eagles, and the Newport Richie Giants. On fields where dads aren't only coaches, and oak trees mark the end zones. And a good day isn't determined by if you win or lose, but where you go after the game. So McDonald's would like to salute the players, the coaches, the families, everyone who helped make this season a perfect season.
Can we go to McDonald's now, Coach?
After the game, Lenny. This is only halftime. Now go sit down.
A small touch, a certain look. It's the little things that are worth the most. Which is why every Delta faucet gives you more than you'd ever expect for the money. Giving you the money for those things you can't even put a value on. Delta, the way water is brought to life.
Presenting the new Civic Del Sol from Honda. It's a sporty, open-top car with a very remarkable feature. When it's windy outside, it's not so windy inside.
The determination to be the best. The challenge of making it to the top. The skill to rise above the rest. Knowing you've done your best. The SEC preparing you for the game of life.
Tennessee leading Georgia 2 field goals to 1 as we start the 2nd quarter. The first punt of the game, left-footed kicker for the Volunteers, Tommy Hutton, standing back at his own 16-yard line. And Hastings of Georgia waits for the high punt. It'll settle down at about the 22. And Hastings hit beautifully at the 24-yard line. You know, there are so many memories when you come here to Georgia. But how about this one? His first game as a college running back against Tennessee. Herschel Walker exploding for 84 yards and 2 touchdowns. man who enjoyed that flashback is with us now. He's a coaching legend in the Southeastern Conference, the athletic director, Vince Dooley. Vince, so nice to have you with us here.
Yeah, that brought back a lot of memories. That was Bill Bates. He ran over. They later became teammates, as you remember, for Dallas.
Dallas, that's right.
The last time anybody ran over Bates. Garrison Hurst is now in as the running back. Zaire on first down as Hastings. He stumbles. That cost the Bulldogs a touchdown. Tracy Smith able to wrap him up 45 yards. Vince, if he hadn't slipped, he'd have been gone.
The tight end to the left side of your screen releases, see, and he goes down inside and he hooks up off the play action. The safety freezes on him and jumps that, and there the fade going down the sideline is Hastings, number 1. A safety can never be looking in the backfield like that and then pick up a tight end in his own coverage.
44-yard gain. Hastings in motion. And the toss to Hurst. There's a penalty flag down. Hurst to the 24, but the flag down. Against Georgia. Vince Hastings is certainly one of the most explosive players you've had at Georgia here.
He can stop and start with the best of them, and he does have great balance. He's always got his feet under him, and he's ready to make a cut, and he hesitates and moves forward, and he's got that acceleration when he needs it. So he's a great running back.
You know, it's interesting that you and Tennessee haven't played each other that often through the years.
Well, it's been on and off. It doesn't take us long to get a rivalry going, but we only played 2 years, and then we're off for about 4. But this is going to be, from now on, and I'll assure you, it's going to be a rivalry. It's going to be a great one.
It was interesting to note how many folks traveled in here from Knoxville for this game. A lot of orange spread throughout the stands. Not as much as we'll see next week in Knoxville, but there's plenty of it. Now it is 1st and 20 after that penalty against Georgia. Zaire over the middle, complete. Picks up his tight end, Mitchell. And Mitchell with a huge gain. Right now, let's check in with John Saunders.
Kentucky and Florida, another big day for Shane Matthews. 11th game over 300 yards here, 24 yards to Harrison-Houston, 35-19 final. Brent?
So there is the Florida victory, as expected, over Kentucky. Kentucky pressed them a little bit early. So they go 1-0 in the Southeast, and they are in the Eastern Division. Now a first down on that pass to the tight end. Here is the toss around the right side. Max Strong, the ball carrier. Parker there defensively.
Big Bernard Williams, the weak side tackle. When you see that, Vince, he jumps
yeah,
outside.
that's a great shot of it right here.
Top of your screen, number 17. Watch him reach out. Now he turns it and hooks it. See, and just that can never happen to a defensive lineman. Willie Richards, number 94, knows that's not supposed to happen.
Hurst and Strong, the backs. 2nd and 4. Hurst, first down, Georgia.
Does Hurst remind you of any of your running backs in the past, Coach?
You know, he's a good-sized running back, but we were fortunate for a long period of time, starting with Herschel, to really have some big
Hampton and these kind of guys.
Hampton, and Worley. I mean, all of our backs are 220. He's not that size, but he's more like Hampton than any other that I can remember. He can stop and start. He does have that great balance and some good moves.
And real good base under him all the time.
Tremendous base, which enables him to make those cuts, hesitate, and then break off.
1st and goal at the Tennessee 9.
Coming with a
Zaire to throw, and Tennessee's got him sacked at the 15-yard line. Todd Kelly, number 58. The big play defender came roaring in.
Here he is coming from the bottom left side of your screen. See, he comes around the outside, number 58. They tried to cut block him. Alec Milling tried to cut him on that. And boy, if you cut a defensive lineman and go to the ground as an offensive lineman, you better bring that defensive lineman down with you. And he didn't do it. That freed him up. He gets the sack.
Volunteer player shaken up. In fact, a couple of them appear to be shaken up on that play.
Vince, that's why I did not like to see an offensive lineman cut block.
Well,
maybe on a 3-step drop once in a while, but not very often in the other time.
Not particularly with a guy as big as Millen is. He doesn't need to be cut blocking.
No.
Sometimes when you're small, you may have to do that, and you're quick enough to get under people, but not a big lineman like Millen.
James Wilson being assisted off the field. Here's the impact.
He's coming from the left side of your screen, number 72, James Wilson. And right here, bam, right there, they made contact right in the middle of your screen, helmet to helmet. That can be a headache.
Some of the biggest hits are from your own people because you're not expecting it.
Yeah, I know it. You're concentrating on that red jersey, and here comes a white one that decks you.
So the middle of that sandwich escaped harm.
Now, here's Kelly, Brent. You know, this guy won the state high hurdles, and he's playing defensive lineman, so you can see why an offensive tackle trying to pass protect that caliber of a rushman can have some problems.
Now, Todd Kelly needs to get back. They'll try to get him back in. This is 2nd and goal from the 15. Sire being pursued, throws an interception right into the hands of Mr. Talley, the linebacker.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. The pressure created the mistake. Zaire is not an interception thrower. He became one on that shot right there. You see, they beat him underneath initially. You'll see to the right side of your screen, they got pressure on him underneath initially. See, now they flush him, and he gets out, and he makes a poor decision in throwing the ball down the middle like that. I don't know who he was throwing the ball to. Obviously had some kind of a screen pass called.
I think so, but he's certainly off balance when he threw the football almost sidearm. Yeah. Really a bad percentage pass.
Now, Jerry Colquitt, the new quarterback. Colquitt, he replaces Heath Schuler as the coaching staff at Tennessee, sticking with the rotating quarterback situation.
He's not quite the runner that Heath Schuler is. Schuler runs the option as well, and his arm's not quite as strong. But they do think he's a talent, and obviously they're rotating him in there. They like it the way he plays.
Off the fake, Colquitt. And he is brought down. Mitch Davis, number 58. There's the numbers, Dick.
Well, you can see time and possession very equal there. 1 turnover we just saw in that pass interception. Stats right now not very meaningful. Georgia got the slight edge in total offense, and they, you know, when they turned it over on that kickoff return, boy, normally you lose a football game when you do that.
Yeah, that's a heck of a way to start, but it's great that the defense has kept them out of the end zone. Georgia's defense played a little bit better than we thought they would at this time.
Now Colquitt, and he almost gave it right back. That was Deshae McKeever batting the ball down.
He looked a lot taller than 6'2" that time. He had good long arms, and he got the good reach. He hasn't been playing very much. He's a redshirt freshman, the right side of your screen. See, he's getting rushed, and he's holding. He's looking for draw. He's looking for screen. There, he sees the football and plays volleyball with it and bats it back.
Now it's Hutton punting for Tennessee. He booms one. Hastings forced back inside the 20-yard line. Hastings finds daylight. Fumble, Tennessee. That's the 3rd Georgia turnover. 2 of them on their kicking teams. They have fumbled the opening kickoff, and now the punt is Tom Hutton, the punter, hustles downfield.
Here's Hastings taking up. He's gotten his left arm. And see, they get the elbow out away from the body, trying to be maneuverable, and you can't see that guy coming up from behind you. Boy, I know, Vince, you feel the same way as most coaches do, and I know I felt that. You've got to keep that elbow in tight against the body to secure that football.
Yeah, a lot of them do, and then when they break out, they think now there's nobody around, and they came from the backside. That's what happened.
Big play by Hutton. Richie No stripped the ball. We'll take one more look at it as they strip the ball from Hastings. Colquitt still in the game, brings it on the option. Now the pitch to Garner. And the JC transfer stops short of the 40. Another look here, Dick.
Again, you see the ball in the right hand. Now watch the elbow. See the space right there? See the elbow getting out away from the body right here, and he's going to slip the arm in behind him. Come in like this, and he can't see that guy, just like you said, Vince. You must have coached this game before.
He thought... Sometimes I take credit for it, other times I'd like not to.
You know, I always hated to have receivers or people in those return positions other than a guy that touches the ball all the time and goes through running back drills and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes you're forced to do it, though.
On second and 9, the sack is turned in by Shannon Stevens.
Shannon Stevens is a story in himself. Cumberland, Maryland. Here he is, number 60 in your screen. Came from a very, very poor family situation. A lot of problems. Put in Glen Mills School for young men that have problems. It does a pretty good job there. They bring him here, give him an opportunity to right some wrongs, and boy, is he doing it. That's what's great about college football, Vince.
Well, it's great to see somebody like him. Yeah. Really, everybody's gone the extra mile to work with him because he's got so much potential.
Phillips and Campbell, the Tennessee running backs. Polk hit over the middle, complete to the Georgia 32-yard line. You know, Faulkner, the receiver.
People are playing a lot of this 2 deep and then going 4 across with 4 deep, and they're throwing that ball down in between those two safeties, regardless if it's 2 or the 4 deep.
Yeah, right down the middle.
Now on 4th and short, Tennessee uses a timeout. Tennessee, we'll talk about it. 4th and a long yard. We'll be coming right back.
Of the Lexus Coupe was designed to exhilarate you, even when you're not moving.
Get your little behinds in there.
All over the world, there's a ritual that takes place right before bedtime.
And don't forget to wash behind your ears.
And for over 35 years, one faucet has helped more kids get away with it.
And you two better be clean.
Or not. Delta, the way water is brought to life.
Yo, Fab Five Freddy with Billy D. Williams. What do you do to max and relax?
Well, Freddie, I usually like to spend a quiet evening at home with a few friends and Colt 45.
Colt 45,
Colt 45. It works every time.
Superstar Michael Jordan leads top pros, Hollywood stars, and sports heroes in the final round of the RMCC Celebrity Golf Championship tomorrow on ABC Sports.
Inside his air-conditioned house, the star, Uga 5, the celebrity. Yesterday, Vince Dooley unveiled not 1, but 2 statues. You've got more statues of Uga than they've got of Abraham Lincoln in Washington.
We didn't have any for 100 years, and now we've got 2 in 1 day.
So they will go for it on 4th down. And Georgia stops them. Mike Jones, number 9, led the way.
This is when you know there's a difference between being an assistant coach and a head coach, right, Coach Dooley? Phil Fulmer comes with a real tough call there on 4th down. It didn't look like they made it.
Assistants can call all the other ones, but when it comes down to the big ones like that, it's yours. It's your call.
There's Ray Goff doing what you used to do right there. He's cheering along.
Oh, Ray's great. In fact, we were talking about 2 quarterbacks early. Tennessee used it. The last time we did that was Ray Goff and Matt Robinson. And even though you don't want to do it, we won a championship doing it.
Did you really? I always thought it was a good way to get a coach fired. You know?
Normally right.
Now it's Harvey and Davis in this backfield. This is Davis for Georgia. Vince, one of the things I noticed that Ray had to do this year was go the junior college route. That's because you lost some youngsters through graduation. Is that why you decided to go recruit the JUCOs?
I think probably more and more schools will be going because of the tougher academic requirements, and these kids have got to go measure up academically if they're not ready, and so you may see more and more of it as we go along.
Coach Goff told me that they actually recruited these kids out of high school to go to junior college and sent them there, and then when they got their grades up and qualified academically, they brought them in.
That's right.
Timeout, Georgia. So we've got a timeout, Georgia. This is a 6-3 game, a battle of the field goals, and Tennessee leads it right now.
Hitachi. They make, oh, great shot. Now, what was I saying?
Hitachi makes camcorders and 20,000 other products worth celebrating. Hitachi.
Hitachi. Oh, wait, that's my phone.
I'll connect you now.
Bonjour, here are the drawings.
Looks good from here.
Hello.
Okay, thanks.
Goodbye.
Take care.
Au revoir. Hitachi makes digital communication systems and 20,000 other amazing products. Hitachi.
Every sports sedan is supposed to do well in the fast lane. But what about these lanes? At Lexus, we've achieved extremely tight tolerances between all major body panels. So not only does the ES300 look like it's put together well, it actually is put together well.
State Farm tracks dangerous storms.
That helps State Farm agents like me deliver fast claim service. You see, before a catastrophic storm can threaten your home, our national coordinators are tracking that storm and sending in special disaster claims crews. Our local claims people are already gearing up. A hurricane or a kitchen fire, State Farm moves fast. It's a big reason we insure more homes than anyone else.
State Farm is there.
Well, we want to bring Vince Dooley in and show him some numbers. There's the passing yards today. Georgia out passing Tennessee. Folks, we have got to show you Ray Goff on the left, Eric Zeier over on the right. This is the kind of an offense that Vince Dooley used to like. That on the left is not one game, folks. That's a season for Ray Goff over there.
Yeah, if you could have seen Ray throw, you'd understand.
Well, there it is. Now, Georgia 2nd and 5. Young Zeier fakes the handoff, stands tall and hits Strong. Strong breaks free inside the 30.
Excellent call by Wayne McDuffie, the offensive coordinator. They used play action and booted away and threw back to the running back.
It's Georgia.
You'll see the running back here will come out. They'll fake to him, and he'll hand on down the sideline. Now, the quarterback will boot away. That helps tie up the defense as well. Now he turns back and throws. He did a good job also of looking downfield and keeping the free safety at home, preventing from getting over there into Strong's face.
Just fumbled that ball at the end, too, didn't he? 33-yard gain. And Zeier, looking downfield, hits Mitchell. Mitchell breaks a tackle. Fumble. Georgia recovers. Hastings pounced on the loose ball.
The loose ball went right into Hastings. Mighty lucky that time.
Very nice ball handling and faking by the quarterback. Zeier there. Good coaching by Steve Ensminger, the quarterback coach. When kids do this and do it so smoothly and efficiently, you know it's good coaching. The left-hand corner of your screen. Now watch the fake here.
Zeier's got enough quickness, though, to do these kinds of things.
Yeah, and let that guy loosen. But he held the ball. He held his poise.
Watch where it fumbles.
Boy.
Now it's 1st and 12. Hurst on a cutback. And he spins at about the 8-yard line. David Bennett there defensively for the Volunteers.
You get down in here. This is when you wish your tailback was 225 pounds, like a Herschel Walker. You know, the big, strong guy that if you do hit him, he still gets 3 or 4 yards.
Or he may get a half, which is all what you might need at a given time inside the 10.
And they can make a first down here before they score, if they score.
2nd and 6.
Looks like they're committing linebackers. They are.
This is Hurst. Battling to the 4-yard line.
Tennessee's defense may be young, but they are quick. Better to be young and quick than old and slow. Right?
About 100 to 1.
Yeah, about 100. One time I was visiting with Coach Wooden. He coached a little basketball in his days. Yeah. And he always told me that. He said, better to have inexperienced talent than experience with no talent.
Amen.
Now it's 3rd and 3 from the 4 for Georgia. Here's Hurst. Sprinting to the left, turns it to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
They get a good hook block right at the end. They get penetration, but he runs out of it. You see, now he gets up under, and here comes a safety right there, and he gets around him, uses an old stiff arm right there. Poor tackling, really. David Bennett should be able to make that play.
He was in great position to make the play.
He should make that play. He'll be mad at himself.
He will be.
Todd Peterson adds the extra point. It's now 10-7. I should say it's 10-6. I looked up at that board. Vince, we've got to get that operator to subtract the point.
Wait a minute now.
First game problems.
It gave the extra point to Tennessee. There, now they get it straightened out.
Well, that's all right on the road, but when you do it at home.
Here's another look, Vincent Deck.
They were in an end over to the top of your screen, shortening the corner this way. Again, now you'll see Bennett, 26, coming up there. He has good position on the man, but doesn't get his head across the bow. Good running.
Let's go downstairs to Julie Moran. Julie?
Well, there have been a great tradition of coaches in the SEC, Bear Bryant, Vince Dooley, Johnny Majors, and now we're going to take a look at a man joining the ranks of these men who has a better winning percentage than them all. This is his practice in 1989 we're taking a look at, and there he is, head coach Brent Musburger.
But Vince got rid of me. Did you see those empty seats?
The way you want.
Look at
you
that
want to do, win and retire undefeated.
Undefeated, untied.
Oh, we had a great time down here. We only busted up one quarterback that day, as I recall. We whipped up on Pat Hayden, though, Dick. You'd have been proud. Now it's Peterson kicking off for the Dogs. Ronald Davis, the deep man for Tennessee, will field it in the end zone, and he's coming out.
You got a hole.
Spins 30. Fine return for Davis out near the 35-yard line.
You give a guy like that just 1 or 2 blocks up in front of him, he can pop it. See, the wedge was formed in front of me as lead blockers. There's some kick out, but see, he has a man right posted up right there, and he runs right into the back of his own man. Not enough experience returning kickoffs.
Scoring the first touchdown of the game, Heath Schuler is back as the Tennessee quarterback. And this is Campbell. Deep handoff. He makes it to the 43-yard line. Dick, you were never one, however, ever to rotate quarterbacks. You think it breaks up the rhythm?
I just didn't believe in it. I always felt if I had 2 or 3 quarterbacks and they were all pretty close, I probably didn't have one good enough to win with. You know?
I think most coaches feel that way, but we had an exception in Ray Goff and in Matt Robinson. And we won a championship, so we can't argue with that.
No.
Tennessee. First down. Aaron Hayden hit by Chris Wilson.
Young offensive line for Tennessee coming off the ball. They're actually all offensive guards, what Coach Fulmer told me. And I watched him in last week's game tape, and they did an awfully good job of their zone blocking principles and their co-op blocking system. It's going to be a real good offensive line as it gains experience through the year.
That's a big offensive line.
Yeah, not real tall, though.
No, but they all big.
First and 10, Tennessee. A fake by Schuler, rolls to the left, high, and snapped down by Faulkner. So next Saturday, ABC's college football kicks off with a doubleheader. Great regional action. Dick, you and I will be in Knoxville. What a dandy. Florida and Tennessee.
I'm looking forward to being there.
Some of you will see USC Oklahoma, Illinois, Houston. That's the opener of our doubleheader. Then Notre Dame, which is losing to Michigan right now, has to go to East Lansing. So that's our doubleheader package coming your way. The Southeastern Conference doesn't get any better than this. Second down. Here now is the handoff to Hayden. First and 10, Tennessee.
See, they get those 3 wide receivers on the field and spread you from sideline to sideline. And what they're trying to do is to get the run force of the safeties out of there so that that front 7 or front 6 that's left in there playing run defense has to make the play.
Brunson, the lone running back in this set for the Volunteers. Schuler sprints to the right, has an open receiver. It's Faulkner at the 15.
Did a good job of getting that ball in front of the rolled over safety. He gets his sprint out blocked by his wingback. That allows him to get outside. He has the lead blocked there by Brunson, and he hits it right up there in front of the coverage. Good job. See, that was a safety rotating over there, Greg Trimble.
First and 10, Volunteers at the Georgia 15. Hayden back in at running back for Tennessee. Hayden pounds inside the 10.
Looked like they had a big hole, then the linebackers filled it. Offensive line again coming off the ball, getting off, knocking people off the ball.
Yeah, you're right. They're not a tall offensive line. They're rather squatty, but they are broad and they have a lot of weight.
Yeah, you can see that. There's 284 pound the average, but see 6'2". Yeah. They're used to having those 2 big bookends at 6'5" at each tackle, you know.
Now second and 4, and James Stewart is the running back behind that offensive line. Stewart spins to the 5-yard line, close to a first down. Linebacker Torrey Evans hits him.
Evans and Wallace make stop for Georgia.
See, now you'd think you're probably going to take 2 downs to make the first down at 3rd and 1.5. You're down 10-6.
Well, that's what I do.
Me too. Since I'm up here, I'm right.
Hadn't missed one of them. I missed a lot of them down there.
Yeah.
Hayden and Brunson are into that full house backfield. They'll give it a wishbone look. Stewart stays in the game. And Schuler. First down, Tennessee.
Little counter action and a super job of blocking by Aaron Hayden. They countered away from him, and he came out and cut blocked the outside containment. I'll show you what I'm talking about. You'll see to the left side of your screen, he starts to his right, gets people moving. They pick it up inside. Now watch, boom, right there. The left side of your screen, that was a running back, Aaron Hayden, number 24, doing the job that got him out there for the first down.
Now Phillips into that full house look with Brunson and Stewart carrying short of the goal line. Travis Jones stood up big defensively. Coming up at half on the Prudential Halftime Report, John Saunders with scores and highlights from around the country. Second and goal, Volunteers. Over the top of Stewart for the score.
He looked like a high jumper going over the top of that pile.
He got up high.
You see, they come off the ball. They do a good job of keeping the defensive line hands down. See, there's no one hitting him before he gets up to his maximum height, and he sails on into the end zone.
And he had that old Tennessee twist back in the single wing days. When you went over at Tennessee, you always turned that body.
Really? That was before my day. You're older than I am, huh?
John Becksport kicks the extra point. So Tennessee regains the lead by 3. It's 13-10.
Since its introduction, umpteen commercials ago, the Lexus LS400 has been hailed by car magazines, raved over by critics, and praised by owners in survey after survey, which just goes to show that some of the most powerful advertising is the kind you don't have to pay for.
America's future is taking shape in today's classrooms. Programs like Promise of Tomorrow, which encourage talented students associated with college football to pursue a teaching career, are helping to change America by changing education. A great teacher is a promise of tomorrow.
Hitachi is proud to sponsor the College Football Association. Hitachi's Promise of Tomorrow program gives teaching scholarships to all 67 CFA members.
Add some of the nation's brightest students to one of the country's most talented teaching and research faculties. Mix well on a beautiful campus at the nation's oldest chartered land-grant institution. Then fold back the frontiers of knowledge. That's the formula for excellence at the University of Georgia.
Vince Dooley, one person missing who'd love to be here, and that's your friend Johnny Majors.
Yeah, I want to say hello to Johnny. He's my heart brother now. We've got a sort of a heart fraternity, and we visit on the phone. My brother Bill at Wake Forest also is a member of that fraternity. But I want to say hello to Johnny, a great friend and a great football coach.
And let's hope he is back before the season is over this year. I look forward to seeing him up in Knoxville next week. That'll be some scene there. Here it's Chapman kicking off. The Volunteers have regained the lead. Hastings and Graham again having a communication problem, and Graham's got it, looking for daylight. To the 25. Down we go to Julie Moran. Julie, who'd you find?
All right, Brent, I'm here with David Keith, and I tell you what, it's hard to catch him on the sidelines. You were pretty happy about that Tennessee touchdown.
Well, yeah, I'm happy about all Tennessee touchdowns.
You've had a long association with Tennessee, and I think you were an equipment boy way back when.
Yeah, back when I was a kid, about 13, 14 years old, I was on the sidelines. I've been on the sidelines since '67. My dad hasn't missed a Tennessee home game since 1937. Hi, Daddy, I love you.
And you don't miss a Tennessee game either, do you?
No, I shoot my television show for on Friday nights, and I catch a midnight flight back to wherever Tennessee's playing.
All right, thanks for joining us, David.
Glad to be here.
Thank you, Julie, as Harold Davis, number 33, finds daylight on the left side. Nice run, Dick.
You can see why Larry Marmie, the defensive coordinator for Tennessee, said he was concerned not with a point of attack running, the cutback running. See, again, not designed to come back here, but it did come back there. Good penetration upfield by the defense there on the right of your screen, but no one to fill that hole.
This game has suddenly opened up, hasn't it? 18 yards on that running play for Davis. Sophomore Eric Zier off a fake. Now his receivers recover, and he quickly sprints to the right. Under pressure, throws complete to the 49. Evans, the receiver, but beautiful work by Eric Zier that time.
Had excellent pass protection. The defense gave him way too much time. He sits back in the pocket in the middle of your screens. See, they're picking up everything real well. They double up on the tackle. He gets a man in his face right here. See, now he has to get out of there. He gets out of there. Good presence of mind. He's not going to throw it back down in the middle where he did last time and got it intercepted.
Only 1 foot has to be in bounds in college football. It is now second down. Zier changing the call at the line. Straight drop. Again, the receiver covered. This time, Zier will not get free. Sacked at the 45. Willie Richards and a penalty flag down.
Willie Richards was a JC transfer also. Won the state shot shot put championship as a junior college football player and shot putter on the track team. So he has explosiveness in his legs, and that's what you need to be a good pass rusher.
Strength and quickness.
You bet.
At any position.
Over 5 yards.
They will move the chains as the result of this face mask penalty.
Right in the middle of your screen. You'll see it right there. See it right incidental. Not a malicious one, but it's still worth 5 yards.
That was Shane Bonham who inadvertently grabbed the quarterback. A costly penalty, however, as the ball is moved inside the Tennessee 45, and Georgia calls a timeout. Got a minute and a half remaining here in the first half. Tennessee leading Georgia. Meanwhile, a reminder, week 2 Monday Night Football. Let's take a look at our primetime shows coming up on ABC.
I'm Al Michaels with an invitation to join us at the Dog Pound Monday, otherwise known as Cleveland Stadium, where more than 70,000 will look on as their Browns, led by Bernie Kosar, take on the Miami Dolphins, coached by Don Shula, quarterbacked by Dan Marino at 9 Eastern Time. Cleveland and Miami on Monday Night Football.
Rich, young, and beautiful, her obsession with a married man led to murder. Virginia Madsen in the real-life Fatal Attraction, a murderous affair. The Carolyn Worma story, Sunday.
Well, Dick Vermeil and Vince Dooley, how about management of time here with 1:32 to go?
Well, you'd sure like to have more than one left, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but 1:32 is a lot of time.
Yeah. But now they have to save that last one, and if the clock is running, to stop it to get the field goal attempt off, if that's what they decide to do. We're getting that situation.
Davis, the scat back. Zier off a fake with time to the middle, and Harvey, the fullback, slipped out. First down, Georgia inside the Tennessee 30.
Wayne McDuffie, offensive coordinator, doing a good job of hitting the seams down in there off play action. Now you'll see the play action. He'll take the linebackers out of it. Number 7 there. He's sneaking through there. Now you see the linebacker dropping there in the middle of your screen. Reggie Ingram, number 41. He doesn't see that fullback coming down behind him. Good play call.
First down, Dog. Fumble. Zier pounces on the loose ball. It'll be second down and probably 12.
Whew. He got on that quick. He threw an interception against South Carolina, and the way he reacted and made the tackle that saved the touchdown last week, he's got a lot of basic instinct.
Yeah. Oh, that was a bad snap all the way there. Jack Swan just didn't get the ball up to him.
Here's the handoff to Garrison Hurst back in the game, and Hurst explodes inside the 15. It is a first down, but hold on. There is a penalty flag down on the run.
Did the umpire call it? He's from Georgia.
Well, I know how Ray feels. I've been there a lot before, and I'm really proud of Ray Goff, who played for me and coached for me and taken the base of the program and building his own, and he's doing it very well.
Been a great turnaround here last couple of years under Ray.
Did a great job, and Wayne McDuffie has done just a marvelous job with the offense, and Steve Ensminger, who coaches the quarterback, is a good one.
This is a tough conference, folks. You don't get a week off in the Southeastern. Second down. Zier under pressure, down at the 40-yard line. Todd Kelly, number 58. Timeout.
Came around hard outside, and Bernard Williams, Todd Kelly again, that's his second sack of the ball game. Came into this with 15 career sacks. Here he is, right side of your screen. See the tackle a little slow getting out of his stance right there. He's working around right to the outside, and he beats him hard to the outside. He almost has to tackle him if he's going to prevent that sack. So you've got to stretch that defensive rushman and push him further out away from the quarterback.
You almost think on a most obvious passing situation, you ought to be squatted back.
Yeah.
So you don't have to raise back. A lot of them are very slow getting off.
Oh, yeah.
And Kelly will get a lick on you and go by you in a hurry.
Especially if you're 6'9". It takes a little while to get your shoulder pads up.
We had an opportunity, Vince, to talk to the young quarterback, very poised, and we asked him about what was difficult about taking over as a young quarterback.
Yeah, that's probably one of the most difficult situations you can have. I think as a quarterback, you need to keep your emotion out of the football game. You can never get too high, and you can never get too low. And I think by doing that in the tough times, you can, keep your head and keep your wits about you and try to figure out something that will work and that is going to work. And I'm still trying to learn how to do that, and it's going to be an ongoing process. But I think that's one of the most important things you can do as a quarterback.
And difficult today against Tennessee. The Volunteers have come up with plenty of big plays against him in this game. Shire moving to the right. He'll throw for Hastings. He's got it! Touchdown, Georgia!
Should never happen. Long yardage situation. Less than 20 seconds to go in the half. They throw it down in there between the two safeties right there in the middle of your screen. That's normally an interception.
Should have been, but a great play by Zaire and by Hastings.
Peterson adding the extra point. So Georgia leading by 4.
Take another look at that. You'll see the safety in the middle of your screen there. That's Jackson Parker. He's a freshman. He is a freshman. Now he's over the left-hand corner. See him there, the left-hand side of your screen. Took a poor course to help on that ball. He should have been right in that man's face. And there's Bennett, number 26, trying to make the play. He should have had help on that. Excellent catch, good concentration. And that young freshman, I think, should have been there, number 7, James Parker. Nice day, good day's work, 31-yard average. Keep giving him the ball.
Well, this is a heck of a football game.
I think it's going to get better in the second half. Look at old Zaire, he liked it. He liked it. Tennessee is so explosive, though. I mean, they're used to being in tough football games. They'll keep their poise. Yes, it's a young football team, but it probably grew up a lot just here in the first half.
That safety man grew up a lot.
Yeah. Boy, when you have those young kids back there. He's a true freshman, too.
Final 14 seconds of the first half. Todd Peterson kicking off. To the short man at the 21's Phillips. Running laterally. Down at the 20. Time for a play.
7 seconds. Tennessee does have 2 timeouts left. They're liable to get off 2 plays. Sometimes coaches, Vince, will elect, and you know, and I've done it, elect not try anything fancy right here. They just had a big play go against them the other way. Try not to do anything stupid. Let the clock run out and come out and play football in the second half.
I think most will do that, and Tennessee probably will without a doubt now. In fact, they're lined up in that. Just the drop up down to the ball. The quarterback will probably go down.
So that'll wrap it up, Vince. We have an opportunity. I want to thank you for dropping by.
Oh, thank you. Great ball game. I'm going back and watch it.
All right, the Volunteers and the Bulldogs. It's 17-13. Georgia with a halftime lead, and John Saunders is coming up with scores and highlights.
CFA College Football. This ABC Sports exclusive, brought to you by Lexus Luxury Automobiles, the result of a relentless pursuit of perfection, and by Goodyear, #1 in tires. We'll return with halftime activities after this message and a word from our ABC stations.